Now, I used to struggle with losing fat. I could eat as much as I wanted. I had a huge appetite. Building muscle really wasn't that much of an issue as long as I trained hard and got some good recovery, right? But when it came to losing fat and unveiling the layers of fat so I could see the muscle, that's where I really struggled. And I'm going to give you 3 tips that are uncommon but actually help me a lot. And they seem kind of insignificant, but when you put them all together, plus eat clean and all the other obvious kind of fat loss tactics, it becomes so much easier to just not overeat and actually lose fat. Now, the first one, it sounds maybe too easy or cliche, but just getting 8 hours of sleep solves so many problems. You're going to have higher energy, higher testosterone, your hunger hormones are going to be sort of where they should be instead of all out of the place. If you get 8 hours of sleep consistently, but then sometimes you get 4 hours or 6 hours, have you noticed like on those days you make rash decisions with your diet? You don't eat clean. You go with the easy option. You will overeat. You have way less willpower, and also on top of that, you have way less energy. So it's just easier to just I'll just get some takeaway or whatever it may be. Also, your hunger hormones, your ghrelin, which is literally your hunger hormone, and leptin, which is your satiation hormone, how satiated you feel. And when you don't get good sleep or a good amount of sleep, meaning like around 7 to 8 hours, I'd shoot for 8 to 9 hours if you can. But what you'll find is leptin will go down, meaning when you eat something, you don't feel as full, and ghrelin will go up, meaning after you've eaten, you're still hungry again, like somehow. And that's crazy. If you just slept more, you wouldn't have these problems. Now, obviously, I gotta say as a disclaimer, the longer you go in a cut, like losing body fat, the more these kind of hunger hormones are going to be out of place. Yes, you can do diet breaks and refeeds, and they're important and they will help. But the leaner you get, the higher your ghrelin is going to be and the lower your leptin is going to be. But if you're sitting at 25% body fat, your hunger hormone should be in the right place. And like that's just with the assumption that your health is good. You don't have diabetes or anything like that. But the second tip is actually brushing your teeth like 2 hours before you go to bed, which kind of leads into the last point too, which is, and I'm just going to say it now, which is don't eat 2 hours before bed. Now, not because it's going to store fat or any of this bullshit, but when you do your teeth, I've found for myself, I don't want to eat again. I'm done. The taste kind of on your teeth of the toothpaste, it's just like, ooh, you don't want to eat again. So I do my teeth, and then I won't eat for 2 hours before bed, and my sleep's way better. Because when you eat straight before bed, you're especially a big meal, you're digesting all this food. It's way harder to get to sleep. You just kind of feel uncomfortable. So those 3 tips have helped me fucking tremendously when it comes to losing fat. Building muscle for me has never really been an issue, like I said. Obviously, yes, I have to try. I've got to fucking lift over, progressive overload and all this kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, you can have muscle, but if you can't see the muscle, then what's the point, really? I'm not saying you should say fucking 8% body fat all year. I'm not saying that, but 10 to 15% body fat year round, that's what you should aim for. So you can see the muscle. Women want the lean aesthetic physique. They don't want the big puffed up bodybuilder dude that's on fucking steroids. Like, let's be honest here. Let's be real. They don't even know the difference between fucking 18-inch arms and 16. They wouldn't even know. So just understand that women want a lean aesthetic physique, not a puffed up bloated dude, And also, the more body fat you put on, the more your face is going to look round, puffy and chubby. It's going to look like a bit of a blob, like blur. Whereas if you're in a deficit, or not necessarily in a deficit, but if you're at a low body fat percentage, you're doing your cardio, you're training hard, you're going to have a way leaner face. And the thing about attraction, man, yes, some of it comes down to genetics, but at the end of the day, if you're just healthy and you look good, you sweat off the excess bullshit, you're going to look way better than 99% of dudes. I understand genetics are at play here, of course, but being healthy and being at a low body fat percentage can't hurt you. I've never seen a dude at a low body fat percentage look uglier than he did at a high body fat percentage. I've never seen it. So anyway, those are the 3 tips that have helped me. They seem quite easy or quite simple, but they help a lot. So hope this helps, brother, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.